Please confirm if you guys can see my screen. Okay, fantastic. Okay, guys. So yesterday we started with the process of how to create a tile in SAP Fiori Launchpad. So we had 4 to 5 processes and some nested configurations required for the same. So we have created a new Launchpad role in LPD Cust transaction, and in that we can create n number of applications. So today we would be completing one cycle, as well as we will create another cycle, and the remaining one cycle you can try it on your own today. Okay. One of the most important thing that we have to take care is even a small dot matters and change the complete game. If anything is left or right here and there, your complete hard work may stop working, and then you need to identify where the issue is, and there is no scope of debugging it. Okay, so we have to make sure each and everything is very step by step done, and it is quite clear. Okay. So till yesterday we have created tiles in a catalog, target mapping is pending, and then we need to add the complete tile in our group, followed by PFCG role maintenance. Okay, so these things we have to do. So let's get started now. I'll move to Fiori Launchpad Designer. Okay, so we created a catalog yesterday. So I'll go to the catalog. This is my catalog. This is my catalog. Now I have created a tile yesterday. So this is my tile, and here I'll be creating a new target mapping. So I'll go to target mapping and click on create target mapping. Here you have multiple options, so you need to give the options that are relevant to the most. Creating a target mapping in the same catalog. Below details of target mapping. Guys, I believe the time I'm thinking nobody is practicing anything. Okay, please leave your work and focus here. So firstly, we need to give semantic object in action. That's exactly same that we have given there. Okay, so semantic object is this and action is display. See this complete documentation, how it makes our life easy. This is my semantic object. Action, we can keep it as display. That should be fine. Even for create applications, you can use display, not a problem. And then here we would be selecting SAP Fiori app using LPD Cust. And here we would be giving other details like Launchpad role instance and application alias. It's exactly same the way we have maintained in LPD Cust. So I won't go anywhere else and check it. I'll simply scroll up and refer my document. See here you can see application alias and everything, right? So this is my application alias. This is my application alias. I think someone has created this application alias with my same name. Guys, our application will stop working. I have told you clearly yesterday, do not jumble up things, keep it unique. Now this will not work. If it is copied one more time, it will not work in the same thing. This is my Launchpad role. This document is making things very easy, so you can refer it. This is my Launchpad role. Once I give this, Launchpad instance will come automatically. So these are the things that we have given. I'll quickly maintain all the details here so that future reference should be damn easy. Below details for target mapping, semantic object, action, and then you have application type. Application type plays a very important role. application type, launchpad role, launchpad instance, and application alias. Let me quickly add the details. Application type is this. Okay. Then your launchpad role, instance, and then application alias. Okay, so guys, these all things will help you for an easy understanding whenever you refer this document in future. Okay, so we are done with these details, and then we have to just click on save. So we have added the target mapping and we have added the tiles. So this part is done. Now we would be quickly moving to the next step, that how we have to create a group and how to incorporate a tile inside the group. So we'll understand the complete process. Now the next thing is creating a new group. Here I'll added my group ID. So here you can see additional tab, that is group. You need to click here. It is done. I'll then click on new, and here you can give the title. So I'll give CDS and Fiori elements apps. Okay, group ID. Ideally, the best way is grp underscore HCM CDS underscore Fiori app. This is just a name that I have given of my choice. You can give any name. So this is the group name, group ID basically. I have created this group ID. Okay. So this is done now. The next step, what we have to focus is, this is my group. That's fine. Now I have to click on add tile. And here we need to select the catalog ID, so that catalog ID, whatever the tile container is inside of my catalog ID, I can add it. So let me note down the steps here. Click on add tile in group section, in selected group section. Once you click on add tile, select the value help and search for your catalog ID. Okay, 1 second guys, just a second. Okay, so once you search for that, so what is my catalog ID? I'll again go back to my document. I'll scroll a bit up. This is my catalog ID. I'll search here. I'll select this, and I can see this application coming in list. So I'll just click on this add. In the group, the tile has been added successfully. So I'll write down the step as well. Once you click on add tile, select the value help and search for your catalog ID. Based on the catalog ID, add your application in the tile. That is it. These are the 3 steps required for the same. Okay, so with these 3 steps you can successfully add a tile in the group that you have. But still our process is not done, guys. Still our process is not done. I have to teach you many things. First, PFCG part is anyways pending. Plus I'll teach you how to handle the cache management, so that many times what happens is if you complete this process, still your tile and everything is not visible, so you can, in the SMICM transaction, you can invalidate the caches globally, so that can clear out the caches of your system, and that might help your tile to be visible. Guys, in this complete configuration, there is no scope of debugging because there is no code involved in it. It's complete set of configuration, so we have to follow each and everything. Plus I'll also guide you. Say for example, you are working in a support project and you already have a lot of applications available, and from the Fiori application you need to identify the CDS used, the BSP name of these, how to identify, how to decode things. I'll also guide you on all these things. Okay, so no matter if you work on even support project or any project, you can find out the existing details of the system without taking help from anyone else. Okay, so okay, great, this is done. I'll move a step back. This is available. So next is my PFCG transaction. Create a, I'll name this as role maintenance. Okay. Leave it. Let's ignore it. Maintain roles in PFCG. Okay, so I'll quickly move to PFCG transaction now. PFCG. I'll give a role name of my choice. ZHCM CDS underscore Fiori apps. This is the role name I'm planning to give. Single role name. Okay, this is done. I'll then click on single role. I'll provide a description here. HCM Fiori apps. We'll give some description here as well. HCM Fiori app list. Let me click on save. Then you need to go to menu option, guys. In the menu option, let me append each and every step because you'll forget in future, I know. Enter the description for this role. This is done now. Okay, so the next step what we have to take here is, now this is done, description is done. Now where we are in the menu section. In the menu section, enter your catalog ID and group ID. This is important. How to add it, I'll guide you. So this is in this transaction, I have to select here, and then I need to click on SAP Fiori tile catalog, and here I need to give my catalog ID. So I'll go back to my document. Just for reference, I'll add here catalog ID is this, group ID is this. Sorry, my bad. So I don't have to go anywhere else. I can refer this document for easy reference. I'll quickly add it. I'll click on this check. This is added. I'll again go back here and select this group. I'll add this group as well. I'll add this. Once this is done in workflow, we don't have to do anything. Let's move to authorization if we can do. Here you can see a button of proposed file names. Just select that. It will automatically take care. You can then click on save as well. Even if it is throwing some error, you can simply ignore it. You need to go to user section, and here you need to give the user who would be authenticated. So I'll give my SCR, I'll press enter, and the details would be available. So in the user section, enter your user ID, which is offered to you guys. Like I'm using yard 46. If you're using OData 12, yard 57, whatever is your user ID, you need to add that only, guys. Example, in my case, it's SCR 46 and press enter. That's it. This was the concluding step. Fine. So we have done this. Let me quickly save this. So even this is coming in green. We don't have any workflow into picture, so we don't have to touch anything. Guys, just for your information, I want to tell you, PFCG complete transaction is handled by basis team in many of the cases. In many of the companies, I mean to say. Okay, but this is just for your knowledge. You should know how to do it. Do not deep dive more into PFCG and all, because this is not our part of job. Basis and security, these are the people who completely take care of that. We do not have to take care of anything. And there are a couple of roles and responsibilities that I want to discuss with you. So we'll discuss anyways. But overall, from the configuration point of view, we are done. Let's quickly test and see how our applications are working and responding. So I'll go to the new section. I'll select my SAP Fiori Launchpad. It has a lot of applications, so let's wait for a minute. Meanwhile, the applications are loaded and initialized. Better, what you can do is you can right click here and click on empty cache and hard reload and then reload it. Hard reload is always better. Let's hard reload and let's wait for a minute or two. Okay, so this is loaded now. I'll clear this console. Let me clear the network tab as well. Let's move back to console. From here, we will try to select the group that we have added. So let me move a step down. Here you need to search based on your group name because your tile is part of your group, guys. Okay. So let's see. CDS and Fiori Elements app. This was the group name. If you remember, add sign I have given and Fiori Elements app. Let me select this. Okay. So now let me clear off everything. And let me select on this and let's see how it responds, if it is working or not. Okay, so let me click on go. Okay guys, the application is working as expected. The deployed application, whatever we have did, we are able to successfully run it. Okay, so our configuration and what all things we have did so far is 100% up and running. Okay, so guys, I'll give 15 minutes maximum to everyone to complete this entire process and see if your tile is coming in. If your tile is not coming in, neither you won't be able to proceed ahead, because we will be working tomorrow on cross-app navigation. And cross-app navigation 100% needs Fiori apps on the Fiori Launchpad, otherwise it won't work. So tomorrow's concept you won't be able to understand if you're lagging behind even 1%. And this is just one tile. I will be doing one more, and rest one you have to do today as a part of assignment. It won't take much time, but I know it's working, but you have to do it. Okay, guys, be quick. Maximum 15 minutes. Complete this entire process. Let me know if you need any help or anything. And this is the complete document that we have did. So these are the steps. Let me see if I can minimize my screen. No, it won't work here. Fine guys, be quick and complete this entire process and let me know how it is responding to you. Be quick guys. Also let me know if you want me to scroll my document up or down. I'll do it. So Arti, answer to this question is application alias name. You can find it in the LPD curves, the role you have created, and also the new application that you have created in that role. So you can find there. Let me show you that. LPD first. Okay, so I'll search by my role. 1 second. Let me see what's my role. What my role is. This is my role. 1 second. Okay, so this is my role. I'll click on display for now. Let's not click on edit. And here, not inactive the list report Fiori app you have created. Then you need to click on advanced options, and here you can find your application alias. Okay. Guys, maximum 5 to 7 minutes. Please be quick. Also, once you are done, please share your screenshot of Fiori Launchpad in which you are able to see the tile and click on that. Okay. So once you open the tile, share the complete screenshot so that I can see if it is working for you. I want to see how many people are sharing that. Okay. Be quick. Hi Narayani. So did you click on the tile? Is it working fine for you? Are you getting any issues? Yeah, I'll scroll down. Guys, if you find difficulty in sending screenshot here, you can even send it on WhatsApp group. Just completing is very important. Otherwise, tomorrow it won't work for you guys. Cross-app navigation only works on the apps that are available in Fiori Launchpad. And if you can't see the output of your code, then it won't be good for you. Be a little faster. I know this config is new steps, but anyways. And I have to cover a couple of things more, which is important from knowledge point of view. So be quick, guys. Guys, I can't wait more than 5 minutes. Please be quick. I have to teach a few important things also. Can you guys see now? Who all have done it, please raise your hand in the chat now. Or only one. Last 2 minutes, after that I'll start with a new thing, how to decode things, how to refresh the cache, and also we will add one more tile in this group. Okay, so in that what you have to do is, let me show you. You are in your PFC, this is your CDS. I'll click on display or edit wherever you are. In the menu, here you have an option of transaction. Now I'm in a display mode, so I can click on edit and even I can do it. So here you need to select your catalog, SAP Fiori tile catalog. Once you select that, enter your catalog ID. Similarly for group you select and select your group ID, as simple as that. Okay. Meanwhile, just 1 second. Anyone has any questions in this?
So wait, this Balu here. So I just wondering what the relation between catalog and group. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you, Balu, this side, right?
Yeah. So I was wondering, a group can have apps from different catalogs also, right?
Yes, definitely. A group can have catalog. See, in a group, you can pick up the apps from different catalogs. Just you have to click on Add Tile, and it would navigate to the next screen. Then you need to select your catalog, and then you can select the number of apps. So that is totally dynamic. Okay. And catalog is a section that would take care of your tiles and target mappings related to that. Adding to this, there are a few aspects I just want to say. In many cases of standard applications, there might be more than one target mapping for a single application. Okay, so all these things have to be taken care. But one app would for sure have a target mapping. Without target mapping, it would not open. Okay, so that is one thing. And yes, your answer is 100% correct. A group can pick from multiple catalogs. So catalog is basically a small container that takes care of your specific tiles. It helps you in giving the configurations of your tiles and also the target mappings linked with their tiles. Okay. A group is basically a larger container, and the group name that you give, that is visible in the SAP Fiori Launchpad. And group is something that takes multiple applications from various small containers. Small containers is nothing but your small catalogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what we see on Launchpad is the group.
Yes. If you remember, I'll just take a minute and I'll show you. See, this is my designer. Okay. See, now I'm in this group section, and you can see this is my group title, CDS and Fiori elements. The same you can see here. So this refers to your group, which will display tiles here coming from different catalogs.
Okay. So any real-time example why we have to create multiple target mappings for an app?
Yes, because see, one target mapping in say for example, one application is there. In that, one target mapping is there, right? That will just trigger the application. But in case of cross-app navigation for a custom UI5 applications, say for example, my custom UI5 application will navigate to a fact sheet application. It is not part of syllabus, but I'll take 2 minutes and I'll give you a heads up. So there is something called as fact sheet also. On a tree level, there are transactional, fact sheet, and analytical applications. So fact sheet applications are something. They do not have their own tile and complete own existence. Okay. So fact sheet applications are also called as read-only applications. And in fact sheet applications, what happens is, say for example, there is an application on billing document, and you have 20 numbers coming in your main custom app. If you select on any of the unique number, it will navigate to the next application. That is a fact sheet application. So for navigating that, it needs a target mapping. So in that case, you would see examples. In which one app may have more than one target mapping. One target mapping will initialize the one application, and then another target mapping would help in cross-app navigation for that. But in case of CDS and Fiori elements, we do not have to burden on that because the development is way easier than that.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, thanks.
Hello? Yeah, fine. Balu, just one question. Can I know your background? You're from UI5 background or you're from ABAP?
No, I'm from ABAP background only, like anybody else. So 2 years back, I started venturing into this UI5, and I've developed a couple of freestyle UI applications. So like you said, in my organization, all this catalog, everything is done by base system. So I'm not involved in it. So I need some clarification on that.
Yes, most welcome. No worries in that. Guys, can someone share the Launchpad URL link on the chat? There is a transaction through which you can open the application as well. The transaction is /n//. Through this transaction, you can open the Fiori Launchpad directly. This is also one way, and opening by directly a URL also. You wait from left or right hand doesn't matter. As simple as that. Okay, guys. Now please, now let's have the session damn interactive, because I want you to just open up your thoughts and welcome questions. But before that, I'll just take 5 to 10 minutes, and I have I need to explain you a few things which are very important now. Let's keep it more and more interactive. I'll mute you all. Just stop your work now, please. Even if you're not done, just stop your work and focus here. Okay, I believe everyone can listen me and they can see the screen. I'll refresh this. Now we will understand some decoding things which are very important in case if you're working on a support project. What should be your sentiments and how you have to deal with people and the way you have to work? Let me tell you that. Say for example, in your organization, you are being tagged to a project which has already been implemented and there are few changes required. Launchpad and everything is done. You just have to do some enhancements. So how are you going to handle those situations? I'll guide you the steps that I know. Okay. And also guys, I'll also guide you on some of the interview preparation, which is very, very, very critical. Okay, please stop your work now. Even if you are not done, stop it. You can do it later, but this thing will never come back. Let's wait till the time it is initialized. I'll clear this console. I'll clear this as well. We'll navigate to the group that I have. CDS and Fiori Elements app. Fine. I'll clear off everything. Now listen to me very, very carefully. If you are in a support project, everything is implemented. Now customer is telling you, I want to do some changes in this application, kindly do it. So now the person who has implemented the project, he or she has left the organization. So how are you going to handle it? Functional business users, they will have no understanding. Neither you are going to call the person who has left the organization, right? So how are you going to handle it? And consider worst situation, you don't even have a TS document. Worst to worst, I'm saying we should be prepared for everything, right? So how are you going to decode the things? This is your application. If you want to identify the BSP name and import that BSP in your UI5 application, in your Fiori or whatever it is, how to handle that? Just click on this and wait for the things that are initialized here. So now you can see a URL that is coming here. You can see the URL that is coming here. So you can see this path is coming as your BSP. So from this, you would be able to trigger off your BSP applications. Okay, so this is one thing. If not, even if you are not getting this error, then you can see this jQuery.sap.register resource path. Here you would be finding your BSP app name. So once you have your BSP app name, then you can simply go to SAP and you can identify the BSP. Now, this is all about decoding your things, how to decode things. So this is how to decode your BSP from the console remarks. This is one way, and this is what I have did. It is coming here, it is coming here as well. So with this, I'm able to identify the BSP name. BSP name will reduce 80% of my problems, and it would help me to proceed further. Okay, consider one more thing. I'll give you one more example. So guys, in case of CDS and Fiori elements, if for an analytical app, if I tell you if there are two analytical apps, one is standard, one is custom, but trust me guys, if you open any of the app, you will not be able to identify which is standard, which is custom, because the template is so beautiful. SAP has designed in such a way so that once these apps are developed, it will reduce the complete burden. Okay, so that is how you will not be able to identify. So by BSP name, you can identify whether the app is standard or custom. Guys, one thing I really don't understand, I have clearly told just hang in your work for a couple of minutes and listen here. Please stop your work and nobody would share the URL. Okay, fine. Just stop your work. We will discuss on that later, please. And this knowledge is very important. You want every real-time flavor to understand this. These all issues we have faced, so I'm sharing to reduce your efforts. Okay. Okay, so this BSP name would help you to identify whether it is standard or custom. Anything starting with Y or Z is custom, rest all are standards. So this is one way of decoding your things. So I'll quickly maintain a document. I'll just name it how to decode the information for Fiori app for CDS used for CDS used in that app and gateway services. How to decode this complete information. Once you have decoded, then you can manipulate with each and everything. Okay, 1 second. Click on, I'll note the answer here. Click on the tile of your Fiori Launchpad. Click on the tile of your Fiori Launchpad, and then you can see your BSP name. Once you have your BSP name, you can import the same in Web IDE and manipulate or perform the changes required. This is answer number 1. Before I share you the document, what I'll do is I'll probably take a screenshot of this so that it can help you for your future reference. Even this is selected now. So document I'll send it little late and I'll modify just to make my participants' life very easy in this. Okay. So this is one thing. And guys, this will happen in real time. I'm telling you, this is my daily bread and butter, so I know. Okay, so first thing is click on your tile of your Fiori Launchpad and then you can see your BSP name. Once you see your BSP name, you can import the same in Web IDE. Now you would obviously ask a question, you're identifying from an error. If these errors are not coming, if 100% it is coming without error, then yes, this is the information. This is for sure that will come. So from here you can inspect it. This is first thing. Now for CDS used and the app in the gateway service, how can we handle that? So I'll go to the network tab and here you can see many options. This is your metadata. No, this is not. What you have to do is you can see so many libraries which are coming in and opening. You can see the metadata which is coming with the gateway client, that would be correct. So you need to come here and you can identify this is your CDS and this is your registered. Okay. So you are able to decode each and everything. Now, even if I'm in support, if I'm in implementation, nothing to worry. Same process we have it. If I'm in support, I can decode my things as well. Let's understand each and every scenario. Okay. So for CDS used in the app and gateway service, go to, first of all, go to network tab and inspect element and then search for metadata, search for $metadata. Let me make it more simple and search for $metadata which has client number information as well. That will give you correct CDS file with gateway service, as simple as that. With these two steps, you can easily decode your information. Okay, guys, this is extremely important than learning any new small thing. This is extremely important. If you're, guys, then let's have a psychology how to deal with people and projects in the requirement. You quite are well experienced. This I want to send it. Guys, piece of code, piece of requirement, diversity in your work would be a never-ending thing. You can never say even after 5 years, if you work 24/7, 365, you can say you're done with it. SAP is constantly moving and upskilling into it. So let's work in the most agile way. Whenever you have a requirement, make sure you document your things well. Make sure you do complete end-to-end process. Make sure you do the testing well, and make sure you understand users' emotions, what functionals and business users are trying to say, and how can we handle it. And if you think there is some requirement which you are not sure, you can message us on the group. We or someone can definitely help you based on our understanding. And if we are very sure that cannot be possible, then we will propose a workaround for that. Okay, in a political way, so that even they are not dissatisfied. Okay, so let's understand each and everything. How can we have a better survival in an organization with these aspects? That was just my understanding. You guys are even more experienced, so it was just my understanding that I wanted to share. Okay, guys, so these are the two things in which we can decode, and I have decoded and I have shown you how we can do all these things. Okay, anyone has any questions in this? You can ask now.
Ved, this is Murli. I wanted to ask you, yeah, in real time, generally we will be adding some custom fields, like very often we do for sales orders and purchase orders. Suppose if you're doing some analytics on those, so we wanted to bring those custom fields. In that case, first we need to extend the underlying CDS views, and then along with the standard, suppose we already have a standard Fiori element, we just need to do like 20%. So in that case, first we need to, to copy the CDS into a Z version, or you just need to extend the CDS views, how you thought in the UI5 app, right?
Yes, Murli, I got you. You are basically asking if you want to extend a CDS, how are you going to handle it, right? See, honestly, I have worked long back only for one of the requirement, okay? And we really had a tough time. So I extended the standard service and I did some manipulations. After 2 weeks of R&D, it finally worked, okay? So maybe what I can do is, though it is not part of this, but anyways, if I get some time, I'll plan a small document and I can share. Okay, but extending is better than copying the existing one. That's my way of working. So people who are already part of UI5 training, we have.
Yeah, you have to go with extension of CDS view. There is no copying and all.
Yes. So even who are part of the UI5, 1 second, guys, just 1 second. Let me finish, and then you can raise your questions. Who are part of UI5 training, we have did some extensions on the apps, and yes, we didn't do any copy paste. We extended the app. Extension is much more, because in copy, if you miss some part, then it may not work and you may not be able to fix it. So extension is better option than copying the existing one. That's what I personally prefer.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Okay, guys, I still need to teach few more things, so just hang in. Whatever process I have told you, this was for your knowledge, but it doesn't need any practice. You can just try it out once it is done for you. Okay, so I have to post some questions here, and we will have it debatable. I just need your understanding on that. Okay, so that let's have a very healthy discussion now. But I'll mute first of all. Let me propose what I'm discussing along with the questions required for that. Okay, just relax and just enjoy the show. Sorry. Awesome. So I'll just scroll bit up. This is done. So this is my group in which I have incorporated the tile which was part of the specific catalog. Okay, so this is one thing. Now in this group, if I want to add multiple tiles, I'm talking about multiple tiles, and which I have to still create it. This is my Web IDE. Okay, let me refresh it. So yeah, 1 second. So guys, this was my list. This is my overview. This is my analytical. List is done. Analytical and overview are pending. So now, 1 second, I'll post some questions and we'll have a debate on that. I just want to know your understanding on that. Okay. We have created a Launchpad role and we have added a new application in that. Okay. Now we have created a new semantic object. That's it. We have created a new catalog. We have added styles and target mappings for the same. We have added the group. We have also added the styles from that specific catalog. We have created a new PFCG role and added the catalog and group ID. We are successfully able to launch the app in Fiori Launchpad. Okay, there was a reason of writing all these things. So now these are the steps. Now the debate is if we want to add ALP and OVP custom apps that we developed, if we want to add OVP and ALP custom apps that we developed in Web IDE in the same catalog and group, how many efforts will be retained? Do not post anything now. And how many will be reduced? I don't need answer in course. I hope I'm very clear with the question. Guys, I'll unmute you. One by one, we will have a discussion, and I need to know your point of view. Okay, guys, I have posted a question. 1 second, please, just hang in. I have posted a question, and these are on a higher end. There are 6-7 steps that we have read for a new complete scratch. But if we want to add two more applications in the same catalog and group, how many steps are required and how many will be reduced? 1 second. Let me organize it very much. Okay, now not in a chorus, one by one. I need answer whether requirement is clear, steps are clear. Tell me this first step is required, yes or no. I'll just answer right answer in yes and no. Speak up, guys. Not on chat. Let's speak up here, guys. 1 second. Guys, yes and no will not work. We will have some discussion on that. Not required. Okay. So you have said we don't need a launchpad or not required. I need a small justification on that. No point of view, please. And no chats, only discuss here, please.
Just a second. If you're talking about launchpad role, it is LPD underscore cust, right?
Correct.
Yeah. If this is the case, we require changes.
No, we don't require.
But we in the URL section we did mention the list report app, right?
In the URL we didn't mention what?
We did mention the list report app name.
No, list report and all mentioned. I think you are not. I don't think so. You are understanding what I'm trying to say. Now, see, guys, just one second. Now, 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'll give you a chance to talk. We'll just forget this question. These were the 7 steps for my. These were the 7 steps for my list report that has been available now. Now I need to add 2 more tiles in my catalog and group so that it can be available. So what all steps are required and what all can be ignored? Our debate is on that. So, okay, who is very confident with the answer? Please give that.
We don't have to create any new role. We just have to add a new application in that.
Yeah, Shekhar, like that's fine. Others also, like some girl want to say something. Please tell me now.
So maybe in this case, are we assuming like styles are already created? That's supposed to be added.
Guys, again in chorus, one by one. Narani, were you answering this? Please continue.
Yeah, as Shekhar said, we don't need a new Launchpad role. We just need a new application where we will be specifying the application URL and the BSP and the application ID. I mean, all the others, all the steps. Yeah, all the steps that we have in the new application. And then, do you want me to go on, or you're going step by step?
Please go on. Share what all things you have.
Yeah, sure. So with the new application, in the new application, like somebody was saying, so you would be specifying your application, your BSP. So when you create a new Launchpad role, the LPD cast, the first screen is just a definition. So after that, you go and create a new application after that. You don't need a new semantic object because the semantic object is already defined. And then you don't need a new catalog. You need to add the tiles and the target mapping to the catalog. And then in the group, you go and specify which tiles you require or you approve or so on and so forth. And in the existing PFGG role, you just go and add your catalog ID and your group ID. That's my take.
Yes, so Narayani, I just want to correct a small thing here. In PFCG, we do not have to do anything because catalog and group would be same and those IDs are already mentioned, right? So we do not have to do a single step in PFCG. Those tiles are tiles of my catalogs and groups. Okay, so that PFCG is not required. I'll describe this story. That is great that you guys are sharing your efforts. So I would quickly mute you and we will have a discussion for next 5-7 minutes. So just understand, even if you know. Okay, so guys, we have created a new role. So for new application, it is required? No, not required. Here I'll give a headline for adding a new tile in the same definitions. I hope this can help you for future reference. Yes, definitely. See, if you create new things, it is not a problem. But catalog and group should not be new because you want it as a part, right? So semantic object you want, you can do it. Yes. Anyways. So guys, we are here. Sorry, let me close this. So we are here in the LPD cust. This is my role ZCTS. This is my one application. Okay, and 1 second. Like this is the main folder we have, and this is my applications. So we can create our new applications. Now we are on the display mode, so we cannot see those options. Otherwise, we can simply create the new applications here in the CTS mode. So first step is not required. Second, we have added new application in this. Yes, we need to add a new application in the same role. This is done. We have created a new semantic object. You can either create new or use the same. This is fine. We have created a new catalog. We have added a tiles and target mapping. So answer for that is a new catalog will not be created. A new catalog will not be created, but will add the tiles and target mapping in the same catalog. Okay, so this is the answer. Now the next thing is, we have added the group, we have also added the type for the specific catalog. We don't have to create a new group, we just need to add the tile in the same group itself. This is the answer. So we are having a comparison of steps required and steps reduced. We will have one small example tomorrow, and then we will have the discussions on that. One second. Okay, last step is, okay, one second, let me frame it. We have created a new PFCG role and added a catalog ID. This step is not at all required. Okay, you can now see multiple apps for the same. Okay, so I have answered all these questions in a particular step so that you can understand. Someone posted a question in which scenario we should use or which scenario it is not. Tomorrow we would be doing in cross-app navigation, in which semantic object and action has a critical role and has the major role. So I'll answer this question tomorrow with the, I would give you a better understanding for that. Okay, so these were the steps that we have discussed and that is required. A launchpad role, see, a launchpad role in PFCG, first of all, it is not our job, it is purely done by basis people. I'm repeating the same thing. Adding to this, a launchpad role helps you to create, your catalog and group ID reference, and also you can provide the user ID who can access that application. Now, I want to add one more knowledge point here. I'll go back to the PFCG transaction. One second. Let's click on edit. So here we are in the user. Here I have one user ID so that this user ID can access this catalog and group. Basis people will add all the list of user IDs in an organization who need that reference for the same. Okay, so this is how it works. And say for example, now I have 40 users who will be using these kind of applications. So I'll be maintaining all the list of 40 user IDs here. Okay, so that is it. And guys, one thing I really don't understand, the moment I'm teaching, if I'm guiding something, still there is continuous chat. You guys can wait for some time, right? If I am here, if I am talking, it's better to have interactions and understand what I'm saying, no? Your questions will be answered. If not here, then on the group, right? We have a group for that. I think you guys are not interested in what I'm saying. Or I should strictly go with the syllabus and leave all other knowledge points which are required and which will help you in the project. This decoding and all was nowhere part of the syllabus and nobody could question me, but just I know it is important, so I've shared. Today I also brought something about fact sheet, how these things. Yesterday, multiple roles, technical catalogs, we discussed all these things. But if you guys continuously, if you post on chat, it clearly means you're not at all interested in what I'm saying. Anyways, So you can maintain all the list of user IDs here, and say for example in an organization 40 people want to access, so all the user IDs would be maintained here and they would have the access of the catalogs and groups that we have provided here. Okay, as simple as that. Okay guys, so one small thing as a part of assignment I have to give today, even I'll complete that part. Though we had a discussion of all these things, tomorrow is the last and concluding day. So tomorrow we have cross-app navigation into picture. So what I'll do is we have deployed one app. We had complete lot of diversities in that. Okay, so what we can do is list report and analytical list page is there. So tomorrow we will have a cross-app navigation from overview page to analytical list page, and let's see how it goes. And I'll do the deployment process in the backend today so that we should not consume time in that. So tomorrow we will discuss about cross-app navigations and how you gather requirements in real time with CDS along with some interview question and answers. Each and everything can be documented, but if it is interactive, it is more beneficial. You can have a real-time flavor. I can answer you the question based on the best of my knowledge. Okay, so tomorrow is the concluding day. We will do cross-app navigation, and also we will discuss we will have a complete revision starting from list report to overview page, each and everything. We will discuss the best practices that are required, and we will also discuss the interview preparation and how to gather requirements for this in real time. Okay guys, thank you all, thank you so much, and see you all tomorrow. Document will be shared to you by end of the day, document and recording both. Mm-hmm.